Last year, I sat at my desk for almost 3 hours. Laptop open, notes ready, highlighter in my hand, and somehow I studied absolutely nothing. I kept switching between YouTube, Instagram, water breaks, quick notifications, and every 10 minutes I'd tell myself, okay, now I'll focus. But I didn't. Maybe you've had days like that too. You want to study. You know your exams matter. You know your future matters. But your brain acts like studying is actual pain. Meanwhile, scrolling for 2 hours feels effortless. Why? Well, your brain isn't lazy. It's just doing exactly what it was designed to do. And once you understand that, studying becomes way easier. So in this video, I'll show you why your brain hates studying, and more importantly, how to fix it. Because most students are fighting their brain the wrong way, and that's why they keep losing. First, let's talk about dopamine. This is the real reason studying feels hard. Your brain is constantly looking for things that give quick rewards. Instagram, short videos, games, notifications, even checking your phone for 1 second. All of these give your brain tiny hits of dopamine. Fast reward, no effort. But studying is different. Studying is delayed reward. Your brain has to work now for results you might not see for weeks or months. And your brain hates uncertainty. That's why opening TikTok feels exciting, while opening your textbook feels emotionally heavy. Your brain basically says, wait, you want me to struggle for 2 hours with no immediate reward? Yeah, no thanks. And this gets even worse if your attention span is fried, which honestly happens to almost all of us now. Think about it. Most people can't even watch a 10-minute video without checking another app. So when you suddenly ask your brain to sit still and focus on chemistry for an hour, it panics. Not because you're stupid, but because your brain has been trained for stimulation. And this is where most students mess up. They think the solution is motivation. It's not, because motivation disappears fast. Systems are what matter. So let's fix this properly. Step 1. Make studying easier to start, not easier to finish. This changed everything for me. Because the hardest part of studying is usually the first 5 minutes. Your brain sees studying as a giant mountain. So stop telling yourself, I'm going to study for 5 hours. That sounds painful. Instead, say, I'll just study for 10 minutes. That's it. Your brain resists big tasks, but accepts tiny ones. And weirdly, once you start, continuing becomes easier. This is why some students suddenly enter flow state after struggling for an hour to begin. Starting creates momentum. So lower the entry barrier. Open the notes, read 1 page, solve 2 questions. Tiny start, huge difference. Now here's the second problem. Your environment is secretly destroying your focus. You sit down to study and your phone is next to you. Your tabs are open, notifications are buzzing, and somehow you expect deep focus. That's like trying to diet while holding a box of pizza. Your brain follows convenience, always. If distraction is easy, you'll get distracted. So make focus easier than distraction. Put your phone across the room. Use full screen mode. Clean your desk a little. Even small changes matter, because every visible distraction creates mental noise. And mental noise drains focus fast. Honestly, one of the best study tricks isn't a study trick at all. It's just making distraction harder. That alone can double your focus. Now let's talk about burnout. Because sometimes your brain doesn't hate studying, it's just exhausted. A lot of students try to lock in by studying for 10 hours suddenly. And for maybe 2 days, they feel productive. Then their brain crashes. They can't focus, they feel guilty. And now even opening the book feels stressful. This cycle is super common and dangerous. Because eventually, your brain starts associating studying with pressure and failure. That's why consistency matters more than intensity. Studying 2 focused hours daily is way more powerful than random 12-hour panic sessions. Your brain likes rhythm, predictability, routine. So instead of becoming a machine overnight, become consistent first, even if it feels small. Small daily wins rebuild trust in yourself, and trust matters more than motivation. Here's another thing nobody talks about enough. Your brain needs visible progress. If studying feels endless, your motivation dies. That's why games are addictive. You level up constantly. But students often study in a way that feels invisible. No tracking, no milestones, no feeling of improvement. So fix this by making progress visible. Cross topics off, track study sessions, use checklists. Even something simple like 3 chapters completed today. That tiny feeling of progress gives your brain reward signals, and reward creates momentum. Also, stop studying passively. This is a huge mistake. Reading the same page 10 times is not effective studying. Your brain learns through active effort. So instead of only reading, test yourself. Explain concepts out loud. Teach imaginary students. Write from memory. Struggle a little, because struggle is actually part of learning. That's how memory gets stronger. Top students don't avoid difficulty, they train with it. And finally, you need to stop waiting to feel like studying, because honestly, most successful students don't magically feel motivated every day. They just learn how to start anyway. That's the real difference. Discipline is not being excited all the time. It's reducing the friction between thinking and doing. And once your brain realizes, oh, we study every day now, it slowly stops resisting. That's the crazy part. What feels painful today can eventually feel normal, even satisfying, but only if you keep showing up. So let's quickly recap. Your brain hates studying because it prefers instant dopamine. Your attention span is overloaded. Distractions are too accessible. Burnout kills focus. You're waiting for motivation, and your study methods might be too passive. So fix it by starting tiny, removing distractions, focusing on consistency, tracking progress, using active recall, and building systems instead of relying on motivation. Don't try to transform your entire life tonight. Just make studying slightly easier today. That's enough. Maybe after this video, don't scroll again for the next hour. Just sit down, open your notes, and start with 10 minutes. Seriously, because small actions repeated daily change people completely. And if you're trying to become more focused, disciplined, and mentally stronger, you're in the right place. Let's grow together.